Hi friends, hello the world. So happy Wednesday. As you know that I've been talking about self-care this week and self-care in different settings. I'm talking particularly in humanitarian settings, but of course you can probably apply that to many other settings that you work in. So one of the things that I want to talk today is in this short video about self-care versus avoidance. Because I find it, I've done it myself as well so many times that I find it some of the activities that we do under the umbrella of self-care, yet it actually does not really look like a self-care. It's more like we're trying to avoid something. So let me give you an example. So when I was working in emergency, one of the things that I would often do is I would rush home after, of course, finishing around 10 a.m., 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. In the evening. I would rush home and eat barely whatever I could, and then go to bed and sleep. And if it's on weekends, I would sleep until noon the next day. Of course, I would be tired physically, and that was understandable. But also, I would use this as a self-care method instead of looking, why am I so tired the entire time? So it would be my tiredness would be more emotional tiredness, so not so much a physiological tiredness, even though there's probably a part of that. But I would use the sleep as a mechanism to avoid thinking about what's not working in my life in that moment. Instead of that, I would just sleep my way through, saying that this is how I take care of myself, and therefore I'm just gonna stay in bed and not think about it. And then once I wake up and then, come to reality, all of these issues will be back, right? So, and this, I heard also people tell me that, they would do a series of Netflix watching, or I don't know, lots of drinking, or many other activities that we say that we're doing it to cheer ourselves, to feel ourselves better, and to take care of ourselves in that moment, uh, because we deserve it, because this is the best effective way to take care of ourselves. Whatever the way that we're explaining now, that is the reason why we're doing it. I just want you check with yourself, is that really the reason why you're doing it, or it's because you are trying to avoid something, to look at it, avoid something, to really find out why you're thinking, or why you're tired, why are you feeling that way, why you're frustrated, why you're disappointed, and you just trying to address the symptoms with one-time activity in the form of avoidance, rather than actually taking care of yourself. Because as you notice that if we are doing it out of avoiding, and we know it deep down why we're doing it, and if we are very honest with ourselves, then we're probably doing it not because of taking care of ourselves or for self-care purposes, but we're probably doing it because we're trying to avoid feeling whatever we're avoiding feeling. Because the downside of that strategy is that we're not only not taking care of ourselves effectively, but also we are avoiding solving whatever the issue that keeps coming up. And possibly through that activity, we're also wasting our time, and possibly harming our health in the short or long run. So that's why I just want to, encourage all of us to have a look at whether whatever activities that we're labeling under self-care is really contributing to self-care in the long run, or it's just an avoidance strategy that we want to put a nice package on it so that we don't feel bad about it. But then once we finish that activity, and we come to our reality, we all understand within ourselves that we either have a feeling of guilt or all of those frustrations are back and we may need to face again anyway. So that's why those things will not disappear, or those things will come back in more intense form if we avoided them before. Okay, my dears, I hope that you will have an amazing week starting to think about all of this self-care from different perspectives if you haven't thought about it, and find out what works best for you. Great. Have a beautiful day.